I'm Dr. Penny Tramel. I am the Chief Academic Officer in College Station ISD, and I have been in education for 38 years. I've always been a learner. I loved school growing up. I grew up in a very rural community, actually called a village, Toro Village. There was less than 200 people in the village, and I went to the town of Hornbeck for school. There were 21 people in my graduating class. And when I was a junior in high school, they were asking us what we were going to do as a career. And I remember saying, I'm not sure, but I want to go to school. I love school. And my mom really encouraged me to pursue education. I loved learning. My dad was not so great on me going to school, but thank goodness for my mom. I will say that they quickly put me in some classes. I was the only person from my graduating class that went to college, and neither my mom or dad went to college. And I quickly realized when I got to the university that I didn't have the same background as the other kids that I was in class with. And but I absolutely loved the lab school and implementing what I was learning with kids. And so after graduation, I became a teacher and absolutely thrived as a teacher. When we moved to the Dallas area, my principal recommended me to be a coach for the district. And so I was trained in cognitive coaching, and we implemented coaching in on our campus. And I was able to support coaching at my campus and as a district trainer. And it just had a huge impact on my life. I got to see how coaching someone else, the answers are in each person, and how coaching someone else really makes them more efficacious and helps them see that they can do anything they want to do. And I carried that through with kids in the classroom as well. I became a principal and had this dream of the ideal place for children to learn, and went about implementing that. I became the principal of a very traditional school. And my dream was that kids were laughing and talking and more of a constructivist type of learning with hands-on and experimentation and that kind of thing. And so I actually thrived in that role of working with my parents and working with my staff and our superintendent, who encouraged innovation. We became a STEM school and one of the premier schools that was toured in the district, and I just loved it. Then my superintendent asked me to come to central office, and I actually worked with other principals on strategic initiatives for their school and coached them in that whole change process. And then Dr. Ely asked me to come to College Station to interview for the Chief Academic Officer position. I did, and have loved every minute of being there. Because as a lifelong learner, I realized outside the district that I came from, there are other processes, procedures, cultures, and ways of doing things. And so I've just loved the learning that has happened in College Station. I will tell you that my career has been extremely satisfying. So when you say, is it everything you hoped it would be? Absolutely it is. I get to impact thousands of children every day, and I love it. I love working with our principals and with our kids and my department, my team, and just people throughout the district to make sure we've got good things in place to ensure success for all kids, not just the kids who know what they want to do, but the kids who maybe don't, and the parents who maybe need a little help with direction. I think every parent wants something wonderful and true well-being and happiness for their children, and we hope to help provide that. Next on my career path, I would love to take the strengths I have in strategic planning, envisioning and establishing that shared vision, and working collaboratively with stakeholders, maybe a school board and a community, and the parents in that community and the administrators and teachers in a district to be a superintendent and lead a district in helping them realize their dreams for their children and their aspirations for their district. I will say my experience in this Leadership Academy has been phenomenal. We have had the opportunity to learn from superintendents in the state of Texas, how they establish processes, how they communicate with their board and throughout the community, how they manage their leadership teams and solve problems. You know, in cabinet, we talk about a lot of issues in the district. And so I've got to see beyond my own cabinet experiences to experiences of superintendents throughout Texas. And not only that, we have had the opportunity to learn those things from superintendents from other states. So we have had an enriching perspective of that superintendency role. That I think has been invaluable for me. Another thing that I have absolutely loved about this academy is our experience with getting to know school boards and kind of what they're looking for. That's not something that you necessarily automatically know. And again, we have got to hear perspectives in how school boards in the state of Texas are looking for superintendents and how they go about that process and just what they're looking for in the interview process. And then taking it to the next level, of course, JG Consulting has also invited board members from other states to come in. I think one of my favorite things that we learned from was when we had different members from school boards come in and we did the mock interviews. And we got to either participate or watch our colleagues in the academy participate in that mock interview and then get that good critical feedback from the actual school board members. I think that to me was hugely beneficial. And you know, just the camaraderie, the people that were selected for this particular cohort, I feel any of them could be a superintendent. They are all high quality individuals. And I hope that there are school boards out there that recognize that and give some of our cohort that opportunity to be a superintendent.